DustAndNeon is a top-down roguelite Western-inspired shooter where you play as a cowboy brought back from the dead, ready to end the robot's oppression. The question remains though, did it start well? Well, the first thing you do when you get on the game is choose between easy and normal difficulties. I chose normal, then when given the option, tweaked the settings so I can toggle sprint. Love the inclusion of the accessibility options here. Auto reload, auto ready aim, screen shake, something to help tailor an experience to a variety of people. After that we learned that when we were originally found, we were just a pile of bones, but with the help of a scientist, some rat DNA and more, we were brought back as a clone. Whenever you die, that's definitely okay because he'll just simply clone your body again. This does leave the question of how your mind stays the same though. How do you retain your memories and the skills acquired from them? If this was a roguelike, this would make sense. Unless you're an AI yourself, it's just something to ponder. The scientist in question is a man named Dr. Finkel. He tells you he needs a blueprint and tasks you with going to get it, arming you with a weapon from the gun materializer. Every time you die, it's safe to assume that this is where you will go to get weapons for the start of your next run. Given that there's 3 slots, it's likely that there will be a way to upgrade it so it gives 3 weapons, but we'll see. You walk to the machine, pick up a plain old revolver, and head to an elevator going down to the ground floor, before heading over to a teleporter next to a gate that leads to the outside. At the teleporter you meet Robbot, an AI created by the good doctor to help in the destruction of robots. Ironic, the way Rob speaks, defending his actions and helping you by ensuring that you know that it's his programming, could be setting up a betrayal from him in the future. It could also just be humor, who's to say? You select the map above the teleporter and see your first mission, killing all robots in a designated area, really taking this extermination business quite seriously. When you arrive, you start the combat tutorial, hiding behind cover and shooting bottles. It took me a moment to figure out that I had to repeatedly tap square to load each bullet in one by one, and I missed far more often than I'd like to admit. After this, we learned to row, and I test out how much damage the lasers would do, which was a quarter for each hit. I'm a gamer, I had to know. Teleporting to a new area, we have the option to replenish both our ammo and our health as we venture forth into actual combat. My accuracy still isn't great here, but it is getting better. After taking out those robots, you head back to the teleporter and return to the base. Seeing as you leveled up, you head to the cloning machine you were revived from. This is where you choose your skills between 2 categories, combative and defensive. I chose eye for an eye to have a chance to return damage whenever an enemy harms me, as well as combat roles so I can hopefully get to cover faster when need be. I now go to a new type of mission, Lost Blueprint, probably having to recover it in order to access another system on the base. Once I exit the teleporter, I see a chest of some sort, opening it to find a shotgun. Entering in the area, I try my new shotty out, taking out enemies while doing some solid damage in the process. The ammo is very limited, so you should probably lose it sparingly. After destroying the robots, you continue to the biggest chest yet, find the blueprint and head back to the base. Here you unlock an upgrade terminal, letting you use those fuse looking things in order to level up stations in your base. Your next mission is another blueprint mission that once completed causes you to reach rank 3. Your reward for this is skill points as usual, but an unlocked revolver that you can either find in loot crates or buy as well. Going to the ground floor, you use the blueprint you just acquired to unlock a merchant that you can buy guns from. If you buy one of each, you'd be getting a legendary musket, an epic pistol, and a rare rifle. The big 3 of rarities. Now you have your first hard mission, eliminate the robots and investigate an unknown signal. Once you arrive, Rob says that something went horribly wrong with the teleporter. You're lost, but good luck. You slowly and cautiously approach an area, but the path you came in gets blocked and ambushed. Shield bearers, sewer slide bombers, Gatling gunners, and grenade launchers, plenty of enemies you've never encountered before, primed and ready to rock your world. You put up one heck of a fight, but with no way to heal, well, Popping out of the cloning machine, you discuss what happened with the good doctor, grab weapons from the materializer, and talk to a guy named Frank that has microchips that add boost for a mission. You go back to the map screen and see the missions you have to do for a boss encounter. You can go destroy barrels, shut down systems, or rob a train. The train robbery is my favorite. But this brings us to the end of what I consider to be the prologue. So did DustAndNeon start out well? I believe it did. You get a good feel of the combat. The tutorial is fairly good, even though it does fail a few times at telling you exactly what buttons to hit to do certain things. Like when it came down to reloading, if I didn't have prior experience in shooting games that have reloading as square, I wouldn't have any idea whatsoever on how to reload. When it comes down to it, that is something that could harm the experience for new players that don't really understand these kinds of games or the tropes of where the reload button normally is. Because if you're going through the tutorial and this is the basic stuff and it's not even telling you that, the question is going to linger in your mind on what else is it not telling you. When it comes down to the backstory of the robots and why they've taken over, right now it's not really set up very well. You don't really have much of a reason to want to kill a bunch of AI except somebody is telling you to do it. There's no real personal stakes involved, and I think that is something that'll really drag down the storytelling aspect of the game, but for pure gameplay purposes, this beginning of the game does a good job showing boosts that could happen, different types of playstyles, different types of weapons, how cover is implemented, and how in certain moments slow and steady may win the race, but there's other times when you're gonna want to just bail it, hightail it, and run. Also, with the teleporter messing up, that does a good job of letting you know that it's going to try to keep you on your toes, and it does make you wonder on what's going to happen next time I go to a mission and if this can ever happen again. The game says it won't, but the guy also said that he's never made a mistake before, and boom, crackle pop, a glitch happens and your teleporter takes you to a totally new location. So I really like that. I've played farther into the game. The first boss is pretty good actually. It took me 2 tries to beat him because I was not prepared in the slightest the first time. But I really like him, and I like the way the bosses are implemented. Every time you beat a boss, you can go back and fight him again, but they will be tougher each time. This does not factor into my score on whether or not it does well, just wanted to bring it up so you have a good idea on what you're getting into if you decide to get this game. If you made it this far, thank you so much. If this game looks like it's up your alley, let me know in the comments below, and for more news, reviews, and whatever we choose, stay tuned to Nerdsfeed. Have a great day. Thank you.